Hey guys, I'm Jinx and welcome back to Beyond Two Souls. Last episode was a lot, but I just had a thought, and that's that the prologue, the scenario called prologue, and the scene that we saw in the very beginning of the game, where Jodie is surrounded by that by the blue, call it energy, and she says, "I need to piece everything together," or something like that. She says that takes place right after this scenario, I think. Maybe timeline wise, maybe maybe days or even weeks pass in between those events, but scenario wise, that is the next thing that happens. So, despite me saying it's going to be over last time, obviously it's not completely over yet. There's still something that's going to happen, and I don't know what. So I guess we'll see, right? Epilogue. Epilogue.
Ever since the Black Sun was destroyed, my memory has been disintegrating. I spent too much time on the other side. Now it's eating away at my mind, erasing what's left of it. My memories are all confused, slowly self-destructing, fading like a dream when you wake up. I'm losing my sense of time. I no longer know what happened before or after. Everything's playing inside my head at the same time. It's like watching the same film looping over and over again. A chaos of images with no order. So I've been writing night and day for weeks, trying to put my life down on paper. If I forget everything, these pages will be my memory.
3 months after the fact, the investigation continues in an effort to determine the cause of the accident that cost 283 lives on a Pentagon military base. Government representatives confirm that the authorities are working hand in hand with the investigators to shed light on this appalling tragedy.
The CIA is leaving me alone for the moment. I suppose they're too busy building another condenser to worry about me. I know they'll never abandon their experiments, now that they know what's on the other side. Honestly, I don't give a damn. Now I need to reconstruct my life. My life without Aiden. For as long as I can remember, I dreamt of living without him. Untied, without his constant presence by my side. I got what I wanted. I've never been so unhappy in my life. I feel like part of me has been amputated. I'm crying all day. I know it's stupid. Shit. I miss him so much.
The one thing that's not is stupid. At least Cole made it. Oh. 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 Oh, that's sweet.
It took months. Months of nothing passing by. Then I woke up. I knew it was time. Time to start again. To build a new life.
Uh, please tell me I don't have a time limit. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping a choice like this was coming. Um, maybe. Alright, you know what? Let's go bottom to top. I'm not gonna go for Ryan. Not. Listen, I think, especially in the last scenario, he redeemed himself. Right? Not only potentially sacrificing himself for Jodie, but also leaving the CIA and all that. I'm not saying I'm totally in love with him. I think he's an amazing guy. Maybe not. Maybe not. But I think he deserves some credit, right? But I'm not gonna go for him because despite all of that, I don't know if I don't want to go for him. And yeah. And when it comes to Jay, honestly, for me personally, Jay and Zoe are both options. Of course they are. But I'm not gonna go for Jay either. Because I'm not gonna go for Jay because I don't even know why. I just Zoe. Choosing Zoe just like choosing Jay means choosing Jay and Corey, I believe. Choosing Zoe means choosing Zoe, Liza, Stan, Jimmy, and Walter, I believe. And I I can only go so far with separating myself, me, from Jodie. I can only go so far. When Jodie says I want to date with Ryan, even though I personally don't, I can still let her have that date. But with a choice like this, it's difficult for me to separate myself from Jodie, and of course it is because we've spent this entire time experiencing everything through Jodie and Aiden. So it's not necessarily ridiculous to say that to an extent we, at least within the confines of this game, are Jodie. And I am torn between choosing Zoe and being alone. Being alone because... But I don't want to choose being alone because I don't... I don't know if Jodie would be happy choosing alone. I don't know if she would have as happy of a future as she would maybe choosing Zoe. Because ultimately, yes, choosing Zoe means choosing everybody else that comes along with that, and choosing Jay also means choosing Corey, right? But there's a reason why only Zoe's name is listed and a reason only Jay's name is listed, and that's basically, I guess, who you're choosing to live for? That's not entirely correct, but it's... You'd be choosing Ryan to go be with Ryan. You'd be choosing Jay and Corey not to be with both Jay and Corey necessarily, but to build a life with Jay. And you'd be choosing Zoe because you'd be living with Zoe, and you would at least partially dedicate your life to Zoe. That's why her name is listed. That's why it doesn't say Stan, Jimmy, Walter, Liza. It just says Zoe. And alone? Alone has a certain appeal simply because it means you don't choose anybody. It means you don't choose anybody over anybody else. You know all these people, you feel whatever you feel for all these different people, but you don't choose any of them over anybody else. You just go and you build your own life by yourself. That's the appeal of alone, but the price for that is that you're alone. And Jodie, despite maybe feeling like it at times, especially when she was younger, has never been truly alone until now. She's always had Aiden. And as a matter of fact, so have we. And now he's gone. Maybe not forever, maybe eventually she'll see him again, right? In the infraworld, in the beyond, whatever you want to call it. Maybe she will. But right now, and for the foreseeable future, he's gone. And she's alone right now. And she said it herself, she's never been so unhappy in her life, right? So maybe it's not the best choice to go off alone. Personally, I want to choose Zoe. And I've been hoping a choice like this would come ever since we met Stan and everybody else, simply because I wanted to choose them. I've been thinking about how the story could end. I've been thinking about what kind of a future Jodie could have. And I was hoping, really, really hoping, that she could have a future with them. And now I have the ability to create that future, and I'm gonna take it. Because personally, I want to be with them, right? I can't separate myself from Jodie in this case. We are, to an extent, within the confines of this game at least, we are to an extent Jodie. And as myself and both Jodie, as weird as it sounds, I want to choose...
It was so obvious. Deep inside, I always knew. I just needed the silence around me to hear what I was feeling. I told Ryan I couldn't see my future with him. We've been through too many difficult times together. Times I want to forget. He said he understood. that he'd wait as long as it takes. I know I felt something for him, but it just wasn't strong enough. They took me in when I was alone, when all I could think of was dying. They shared the little they had without knowing me or judging me. Deep down, I knew that my place was there, with them. Stan does odd jobs here and there. Jimmy's gone back to school, he's clean now. Tuesday works behind a bar, and Walter looks after little Zoe. They're not rolling in money, but they manage. I never told them about my past, and they never asked. They love me for who I am. Just some weird chick who talks to spirits.
God.
Zoe took to me like we'd always known each other.
So much time passed, right?
There's something about her big, sad eyes that reminds me of the little girl I once was. I knew she was different from the moment I saw her. We haven't talked about it, but we both know we have something in common.
What?
I see things at night. Terrifying things. I tell myself it's only nightmares, but I know it's not true. The only one who can save the world is a little girl. I have to prepare her. I know I don't have much time. Once Pandora's box is open, it can never be closed again. No. It's not nightmares. It's what is about to happen.
Oh, fuck.
Next time, I'll kill everyone.
My God, I was so afraid I lost. There's no telling what we'll find down here.
How much time do we have after we've activated the self-destruct? We're not coming back.
That didn't happen.
Saturday night, and I locked him up in here.
Can't do it, babe.
She's more than amazing. She's magnificent.
She's getting away!
Okay, I have a couple things to say, but I'm gonna let the credits roll. See you after the credits. Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack? Cool. Oh, is it quiet now? Okay, listen, if it stays quiet, maybe I can continue. Maybe I can start talking now instead of after the credits. I mean, they're almost over, anyways, right? Uh. God damn this game. Oh, I remember that last scene with Jodie in one of the portable containment units, and we've been shown it before. We saw a vision of it where Jodie even asked, "Why are you showing me this? Is this the future?" But I didn't think it would happen. Toward the end there, I didn't think we'd get to see that. I thought it was over. And that's stupid, because we were shown that vision. That was the game, and within the game, Aiden, I guess, showing us the future, showing us what was going to happen. No matter what, that was going to happen. So my question is, eventually a rift is gonna open, eventually a passage is gonna open, and eventually entities of all magnitude are gonna start pouring in. Right? That is, say, destined to happen. The game told us that. We knew that, right? But that is going to happen. That is destined to happen. It will, one way or another, it will happen. But my question is, did I make every right choice to combat that by accident? Because what if I had chosen to go beyond? Jodie wouldn't have been there to fight that. What if I hadn't chosen Zoe? And Stan, Tuesday, or Eliza, Jimmy and Walter, what if I hadn't chosen them? What if I had chosen Ryan, or Living Alone? What then? Would Zoe not have been prepared to fight and combat that? Would Jodie have been alone? Did I accidentally make the right choices to ensure that Jodie and Zoe in the future end up being able to combat the entities? I don't know. But I heard that there are 24 endings to this game. And we only saw one of them. So I have no idea what else could have happened. Oh. Convince Dawkins, Black Sun down, choose life. The end. Achievements unlocked. 15% chose Zoe. What's the last unplayed path? I get that one unplayed path is Jay, the other one is Ryan, and the other one's being alone, and then obviously there's choosing Zoe, which is what we did. What's the last one? There are 24 endings, apparently, I think, to this game. We only saw one of them, and in our ending, Jodie is separated from Aiden. Jodie goes and chooses to live with Zoe and everybody else. She has visions of the future, of a big ass fucking passage that is going to open up, right? Of a new rift. Why? We don't know, but honestly, I'd bet my money on another failed condenser. Maybe from the CIA. Whyever it happens, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as much as the fact that it happens. It will happen. And in our ending, Jodie has visions about that. She knows it's gonna happen, and she feels that there is something special about Zoe. Jodie thinks and feels that she has something in common with Zoe. So maybe Zoe has a connection like Joey, what the fuck? Sorry. Like Jodie and Aiden did, but we didn't, we her name was Eliza, right? Tuesday. She didn't give birth to two babies. Right? She didn't give birth to Zoe and then a stillborn twin. She just gave birth to Zoe. So I don't know who Zoe would have a connection to, but maybe because Jodie, with Aiden's help, delivered Zoe, maybe that's why Zoe has somewhat of a, call it, sensitivity to the infraworld. And Jodie can sense that. So Jodie chooses to train and prepare Zoe for what is going to happen. That, of course, being a new passage opening up. By the looks of it, a fucking gigantic one. The interesting thing about that is Jodie must have, at least subconsciously, known that this would happen for literally all her life. Because as a tiny little young kid, she was drawing drawings of her and Aiden, of course, but also of her and Aiden standing before a gigantic swirl. And that swirl, I think, is that passage that we saw there in the last scene. Now, of course, I don't think when it actually comes to happen, I don't think Jodie's going to be standing there with Aiden, because for us, they've been separated. I don't know if that always happens. Maybe it does. But for us, it happened. Aiden and Jodie were separated. So Jodie won't be standing in front of that passage with Aiden, but rather with Zoe. And you see, in any other case, I would now speculate that maybe this means that a Beyond Two Souls Part 2 is being teased, right? And that there'll be a second installment in the series. But the thing is, this game came out in 2013, I think. And there hasn't been, not that I know of, any news about a new Beyond Two Souls game. Yes, it released on Steam in 2020. So maybe that means they started working on it, on a part 2. Maybe. I don't know. But I think you can leave the story like this. We experienced everything Jodie experienced, right? Through her and Aiden's eyes. And we are left with the final scene saying, this big ass event, this passage opening up, is coming. We've been getting hints and all that throughout the entire game, of course. And in the last scene, we're left with the fact that that's coming. And in our ending, Jodie is there. She has prepared Zoe, and both of them are now there. And they're gonna try and save the world, and that's it. It's an open ending from there on out. Um, let's press next. Let's see if there's anything. There isn't. Okay. Let me turn down the music for a second so I can talk and actually hear myself. There we go. Just for now, just for talking purposes. I want to clear something up. And that's I believe in the first episode of this Let's Play, I said that Jodie was being played by Elliot Page, right? But as you may have seen, just then in the credits, Jodie's actress was Jodie was credited to Ellen Page, and that is because back in 2013, when this game originally came out, Elliot Page was still known as Ellen Page. You see, somewhat recently, if I'm not entirely wrong, it should be December of 2020, but I'm not 100% sure. I just know that somewhat recently to the time of this recording, Ellen Page came out as transgender, as a transgender man, I believe, and is now known as Elliot Page. And I knew about the Elliot Page part, which is why I referred to him as Elliot Page in the first episode, but I didn't know about the coming out as transgender part, which is why I referred to him as an actress and not an actor. So just to clear that up, the reason why Elliot Page is credited as Ellen Page in this game is because when this game came out, he was still known as Ellen Page. But now, and for a little while now, he has been known as Elliot Page. There you go. I don't know what more to say, really. I mean, of course, right now, I just finished the game, so of course, I'm not gonna know what to say. I can guarantee you that maybe tomorrow, or in a couple of days, like, I'll have, like, thoughts spring into my head of, like, shit I could have said, shit I wanted to theorize and talk about right now, but right now, in the moment, I don't know what else to say other than maybe theorize about what the other endings could be. And of course, you know, there could be endings with going into the beyond. Maybe there are more choices to make if you go into the beyond. Of course, some of the other endings are choosing either Ryan or Jay or being alone, blah blah. But what I want to focus on is the future. That being when the big when the big passage opens up. See, Jodie, I assume no matter what, Jodie would have ended up fighting it, right? I assume no matter what, we would have seen that scene with the gigantic rift, the big passage opening up, and with Jodie standing there and looking at it and saying, "I'm gonna save the world," or something, right? I assume that would have happened no matter what. But maybe the only way to actually get her and Zoe to stand there is actually choosing Zoe. I don't know. Holy shit, I love this game. Woo, I love this game so much. So much. Currently in Steam, I have this game on my in my fucking great games category, which is second only to the favorites category, but honestly, I'm thinking about moving it to the favorites. I don't know. Either way, I fucking love this game. It's a fucking amazing game. And like I said, apparently, I heard 24 different endings. How different each ending is, I can't tell you. But I can tell you that if you want to find out, I recommend you purchase this game. I recommend you buy this game, be it on console or PC, whatever, I don't care. Buy it, play it, enjoy it. Because this game is fucking amazing. It is. And playing something by yourself, for yourself, even if you already know the story, is a different experience to watching a let's play of it. So buy it and play it. If you're not satisfied with any of the choices I made, buy it, play it, make different choices for yourself. If you want to see different endings, buy it, play it, get different endings for yourself. If you don't want to buy it, look the endings up, sure. But if you have any interest in this game, I can only recommend you buy it because it's fucking amazing. Of course, if money is tight, don't maybe, prioritize what you want to spend your money on. But if you have the ability to do so without crippling yourself financially, I recommend you give this game a shot to play it by yourself. Maybe let some time pass so the events of this game aren't in recent memory. I don't know, it's your choice, but I can only recommend that you play this for yourself because it's fucking glorious and I love it. I love this game. I do. I don't know if I actually said it in the beginning of this Let's Play. I hope I did. But I didn't go into this game completely blind. And I think as much, a lot of times I said, I remember this and that happening. So maybe you already came to the conclusion that I didn't go into this game completely blind. There we go. Let's put that to 10. Fuck it. I'll just up the music in editing so you don't just have my voice to hear. Whatever. I didn't go into this game completely blind because years and years and years ago, maybe even when it originally released in 2013, I watched a Let's Play of it from who is today my favorite YouTuber and streamer and whatever. So I don't even know if I completely watched that Let's Play, but I must have, because I remembered certain scenes from certain times. I remembered that there would be a ranch. I knew that Aiden was Jodie's twin. I knew that. Of course, I didn't say anything. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I didn't know much. I just knew very select things, or I just had very select images in my brain. For example, I didn't know about the mother. Or rather, I forgot about that, I didn't know about that. I remembered the scene of the blue and black on either side of Jodie and having to choose, and I remembered that one meant life and one meant death. But I didn't know which one was which, and I didn't know how you got to the choice, nor what the choices would mean, blah blah. I just simply remembered that scene, that very, very brief scene, and that's it. For that scene, I also remembered that the last scene would come, with Jodie standing with a portable containment field, standing before the big passage. But I didn't know what she said, I don't know how that came to be, and I didn't know whether she would be alone or not. I don't remember Zoe being there, but there is a chance that in the Let's Play I watched, Zoe was there. I don't know though. But I think maybe she was, I don't know. So I didn't go into it completely blind, but like you could say like 98% blind, alright? 98.5% blind. There was so little I actually still had in my mind about this game. And mostly they were just images of places or something like that, right? Like no proper facts. The only fact that I can tell you off the top of my brain that I remembered was Aiden being Jodie's twin. Or actually, I thought he was her brother, but apparently twin. So that is, off the top of my head, the only big fact I can tell you that I knew about previously. Maybe I knew more, I just forgot now in the moment, I don't know. Either way, I didn't go in knowing much, so, don't feel like I already knew everything that would happen. I didn't. This game is fucking amazing. This episode is 40 minutes long, and I am going to stop talking. There's going to be one last bonus episode, I think, where we're going to go over the additional content, bonus material, and oh god, advanced experiments. I forgot that was a thing. I have no idea what that is. I just remember seeing it in the options. Alright, there are gonna be two bonus episodes, one for the experiments and one for the bonus material. Unless both are really short, in which case they're both going to be one episode, whatever. But for the actual game, for the actual story, we played it in the original non-chronological order, the way it was originally played, and we played it in solo. There is also a duo mode, but we played it in solo because I am alone. I believe duo mode is like a multiplayer, where one controls Aiden, the other Jody. I really, 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 really hope you enjoyed watching, because I fucking loved playing. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.